Ciao a tutti e benvenuti al Tavolo Italiano. Welcome to the Italian table. This lesson is why do they say that? 3. Magari o forse. Few footnotes before we start. This is the third in a series of mini videos designed to fine-tune your Italian. I assume that you have watched the first video in the series. Why do they say that? 1. Tuttavia, ma e però. If not, I recommend watching that lesson first to get the best understanding possible of this video series. This lesson also assumes you are moving out of the basic levels of Italian, meaning you have a basic knowledge of verb conjugation, basic vocabulary, and grammar. In short, you could get by with the Italian you already know. If this is not you, I would encourage you to check out the beginner classes first at tavoloitaliano.com. Pronto? Okay then, let's get started. I significati. Let's start by looking at the definitions of each of these words. I searched the internet for each and included words from various sites that translate these words into English, so this is a compilation of information. Magari. Even if only, I wish, maybe, don't I wish. It can be used as an exclamation or an adverb. Forse, on the other hand, is perhaps, maybe. Essere in forse means to be in doubt, and it's primarily used as an adverb. Two things to note here. The general consensus, both online and among the Italians I know, as you'll see on the next page, is while forse and magari may be somewhat interchangeable technically, the use of magari is usually used with something positive, while forse something negative, or at the very least somewhat neutral. You'll also notice that magari can be used in more ways than forse. Ti piacerebbe andare in Italia? Magari. Would you like to go to Italy? I certainly would. Or you bet. That's an example I got from Riverso. Magari fosse vero. If only it were true. That was an example from Collins. Those examples are not interchangeable with the word forse. The following from WordPress, though, could be. Magari ha deciso di non venire. Maybe he decided not to come. You could also say forse ha deciso di non venire. Maybe he decided not to come. Or magari potrebbe offendersi. He might even be offended. Once again, you could replace that with forse. Note that these are emotionally positive sentences. The first two, that is. The second two, probably a little more on the neutral side. And for forse dovremmo andarcene. Maybe we should leave. An example from Riverso. You'll see that that one is actually, could be negative, could be neutral. Che cosa pensano? What do they think? They are different. Magari indicates an uncertainty, positive, or even just a desire. On the other hand, forse indicates an uncertainty, neutral, or even negative. Magari, maybe I'll win the lottery. Instead, forse, maybe the patient will not survive. That was a contribution on our Facebook page from Flavio. Thank you, Flavio. Hello, I'll give you two examples. Maybe, magari, I won the lottery. 2, maybe, forse, it's time to buy the ticket. Giuseppe Cesare. Thank you, Giuseppe, for that contribution also to our Facebook page. So you see in both cases, both people thought magari is definitely a positive thing. Flavio used forse in more of a negative sense, or a negative emotional sentence, while Giuseppe used it more of a neutral sentence. Okay, these are the English translations of what they sent me, by the way. They actually sent their contributions in Italian. Che cosa penso? So what do I think? Magari o forse? Let's break it down. 1. Magari appears to be related to either a neutral or a positive statement. Can mean more than maybe, especially in the form of an exclamation. Forse, on the other hand, appears to be related to either a neutral or negative statement, and is only an adverb primarily, and is restricted to maybe, perhaps, etc. In short, I would say that a neutral maybe or perhaps statement could be either, but an emotionally charged statement would dictate magari if positive and forse if negative. Exclamations like I wish, etc. are restricted to magari. Now, once again, it is a matter of style. However, if you really want to delve deep into the Italian language, you want a little bit of understanding behind the words you say. For instance, many foreigners who have English as a second language may use words that technically are correct, but they just sound a little off for what they're trying to say. Same thing could be true here. Il riassunto. Now, once again, let's end this short lesson with a look at some sentences and see if we agree on which word would seem a bit more appropriate. It is possible that there is more than one correct answer for some of these, so I am not saying my choice is right, although here's a hint. Remember, positive exclamations are exclusive in choice, meaning there is only one right answer for those. So after seeing the sentence, say which word out loud you would use in that phrase to see if we agree. Perhaps she just doesn't love you. Forse. I would use forse because this sentence is obviously negatively charged, emotionally speaking. I wish I could go to Italy. Magari. This one I think is definitely magari. Maybe I need to bring up the topic myself. I would say forse, but with my limited knowledge, I'd say you probably could get by either way. Maybe it depends on the context of the conversation. Maybe I'll get to go next year. Here I would say magari because I'll get to go. It's definitely got a positive slant to it. He's in doubt regarding his job security. I would definitely say forse. Remember, essere in forse is be in doubt. Maybe this time I'll try the red wine. Personally, after having studied this a little bit and asking some questions, looking up definitions, I would use magari. Just seems more of a positive thing to say. Although I think that the sentence is probably a little more on the neutral side, and forse would be okay. Well, once again, this is a series of mini lessons. I want to take off little bites at a time. Just study one word, a couple of synonyms, a couple of words that are similar with varying definitions, just little fine-tuning touches. And I think it's better to take a little bit at a time so that hopefully we'll remember it. So far we've studied ora, adesso, ormai. We also looked at ma, però, and tuttavia, and now this time magari and forse. It's definitely my hope that these lessons are helping you a little bit, being able to relate a little more accurately with your Italian friends. Remember, there's much more on these topics and many, many more, all at tavoloitaliano.com, all for free. So thank you very much for choosing to study with us. Good luck, and remember, parli italiano.